Alright, radiator came in today, finally. I just took it out of the box a few minutes ago. I forget what I ordered this for, or what it's supposed to fit. I want to say it was a CJ or a 80 model FJ, something off the wall. It's not made for anything particular. But the main reason I bought this is it's 3 flue, and it dimensions worked out good to fit it where how I want to put it in. And I want to say it was right at $200. Maybe 210, I think, actually, after I got it shipped. It's got dual fans on it. One thing I didn't want it to fool with, it does have its cap on it, which I guess I'll just leave it, put a good cap on it, make sure it stays tight, because I'm going to fill it up from up front. Unless I put a tank in the back for a overflow, mount it up higher or something, not really sure yet. Anyway, got the fans. Hopefully they'll be sufficient with being 3 flue and bigger. That's why I went ahead and got a bigger one than the little Honda Civic one I had. And my plan is just try to mount it right here. I don't know if I can do it. Hold it. Let's see. Somewhere in that area, but underneath this bar, obviously, hanging down lower with a little pitch on it. The way the cap will be higher, the way the water going into it will be higher. So that's the plan for now. Hopefully if I need to burp it or anything, it'll be able to burp, pass through there. It won't be a big issue. Like I say, we'll see how it goes. Maybe it'll work out for us. Let's try it and see. All I know to do is trial and error. No other people run them in the Mustangs and race. Let me get this set up. They seem to do pretty good with it mounted in the back, so I'm gonna try it on this. I hadn't seen any videos of anybody putting one in the rear of the S10. Like I say, I mean that radiator is obviously a lot heavier than what I had, and plus the weight of water in it. And only other thing I really got to work on, I guess, I really want to run some hard lines, because I probably won't be able to do braided. It costs too much. It'd be a pretty good size line to be braided, but I don't know. I was thinking about that. I may try to get some kind of small stainless line. I've seen some people say something about exhaust tubing, maybe some aluminized something. I'm not really sure. I don't think I want to run a rubber line all the way to the front. I'm worried about scratching and rubbing a hole in or something. But we'll get this mounted. We'll get that figured out then, and we'll see how it works out. Do a little measuring night and get this figured up. Alright, so what I just did is I took this fans off, unbolted them from the front side the way they come. And because the way I'm wanting to mount this radiator, and these are supposed to be puller fans, I want to mount it with these fittings up, but then I want it to be 180 over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get me some longer bolts and some better washers and lock washers, because these little deals I got right here is not much to hold. Probably some nylon lock nuts put on it where it won't have to worry about it coming off. But what I want to do is I'm going to make me some spacers to go from here in this spot, and I'm going to put me a piece of weather stripping or something across here so these two don't rub a hole in one another, or this shroud don't rub a hole in the tank. Let me rephrase that. But yeah, I'm going to make me some spacers to put in here and get some longer bolts. That way this can be mounted on the bottom side, and technically when it'll be mounted kind of like a spring tilted back, and that'll blow any smoke or anything coming off tires, and it'll protect the bottom side of the radiator a little bit, because I feel like if any side was going to get any rocks or anything thrown at it, probably this side. So hopefully that'll help save that a little bit from anything and pull the air on out like it's supposed to. The only other thing I want to do is I got to drill some more holes in this so I can actually mount this, because I'm going to end up using these holes with this, and just try to make it a little easier handling wise. I'm probably just going to punch me or drill me a couple more holes. That's really going to call it, down here and here, maybe another one in the middle to actually mount it with, and use that to help mount with. So That'll actually kill 2 birds with 1 stone for me. Save me a little trouble, hopefully. And I can just take me some angle iron or something. Move this out of the way so you can actually see. Get that out of the way. But what I end up doing is just coming off here, off the bottom of this tubing we welded in, or I welded in a couple weeks ago. And I'll come off it and run down, pitch just a little bit higher, much out the side, come up, probably run me a piece all the way across and a couple legs, and then I can just bolt this radiator actually in right here, and that'll be pretty simple. Worst part's gonna be, I think, still gonna be running lines up front, but we'll see how that goes when we get that far. I just wanted to get this radiator mounted, and I want to get, if it comes in, I got it ordered, get my interrupt put in and mocked up on this rear end. I'm not going to weld the brackets to this rear end because this rear end's coming out. But for now, I can get the top bar mounted in, weld it up like I want it to be, and have it ready to go. That way I can put the bed back on here and I don't have to worry about taking it back off, because then when the bars go through the bed, it won't be no coming off for it. But that's what I'm trying to do now, is just get everything. I think I'm going to have to actually do any major fab work, mount it up now, and get that in. That way it's easy to work on while I get the bed off. But alright, so got it kind of mounted up for tonight. Looking pretty good. I'm happy with it so far. Be plenty of room to get a hose clamp on here. One thing I didn't take in consideration of when I did it, for 2 reasons. I should have turned this around. I could have welded this on the back side of here, but it don't really matter. And the other reason was it's gonna be a little close coming right there, but I can just trim this out a little bit right here. It's not a big deal. But it's working out pretty good. Like the way it looks. It's pitched just enough. I don't want it completely flat. I want it to be uphill a little bit. And I think it'll work out pretty good like that. The only thing I may be a tad bit concerned with is how close this is going to be to the bed. But like I say, if it is too close, I could run up in the bed around, or I'll just notch out the bottom of the bed a little bit and get that out of the way. But I want to keep it high as I could, especially on the back side, to keep it up. Like if I ever take the bumper off for some reason or something, I mean, I'll obviously put something back there if it ever wheelied to where it wouldn't hit the cap and all on it. One thing I have thought about doing is just doing away with this. Maybe getting somebody to weld me something over that. I really hadn't made up my mind yet, but it's working. It's getting there like I want it. Fits good. It's good size. I don't think I have any problems with it cuddling. Now I can do a little more fitment on it. I got a little tweak. I think I'm gonna lower this side just a little bit. It's got a little gap on there, but yep, get that done. I'll get it welded out, put a little paint on it. Only thing I gotta do is I gotta get some longer bolts. I think I'm gonna go to 1/4 inch. Get some grade 8 1/4 inch to replace these with. And I did drill another hole here because I think I'm gonna maybe use one of these just to kind of hold it right there. That way you could remove the shroud without having to fight all the extra stuff. But yeah, looking pretty good. Another thing I'm probably gonna do too is once I put them other bolts in, they'll be the other way, and I'll probably tack them off so they won't come loose. I don't have to worry about trying to get a wrench in there, because you ain't gonna be able to get a wrench in there very easily to loosen that up. Hopefully it never has come out, but like I say, you never know. Another thing I thought about too, if it doesn't pull enough air just under the rear end, I will probably come in the bed and drill me a couple holes. Let it pull some air from out of the bed down through the radiator. The fans will be pushing down, so out from under it after I get them mounted underneath. Be a little bit lower hanging, but it'll be fine, I think. So far, so good. I like the way it's turned out. Could have done a few things different. I wish I had some flat bar to make this out of. The angle's kind of overkill. And, yeah, I like it so far.